Yellow, everybody. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks, an official maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and you see it right there on the screen. We're talking about my top 5 teams. That's right, my top 5 teams for June. Now, what this is a list of teams that I am personally having the most fun with in the game right now. Now, I'm not saying that these are going to be world beaters by any means, but these are my favorite teams. Now, if you want to discuss your favorite teams, let me know in the comments down below, or you can join me 5 days a week live on Twitch at 1 p.m. Central. Just go to twitch.tv/Mr.901 Tommy Jacks. All right, without further ado, guys, let's go take a look at my top 5 teams for June. All right, first one up, the artist. Now, this is the updated artist spotlight. They're saying they're great everywhere. Now, I'll tell you where I use them. I use them on arena defense, or at least before the arena got changed up a little bit, I was solely using them there, and they are capable of punching up quite a bit. Now, I currently don't have my Tazinski legendary for this team quite where I want them to be, so as an alternative, what I've been using is a little Flamingo Prissy. That's right. Usually what I find is that just the mechanic of that dodge, Jester attacking, and then Prissy healing is enough to really sustain you throughout battle. Now, I do like the new Taz. From what I've played with so far, I do like the fact that he can actually get past dodge himself, so I do like that. Just want to put a little bit more resources into him to really get him evened with the rest of the team, because I've been playing with this artist team with Prissy here for quite some time, so they're just a lot past him, but been having a lot of fun with the artist team. Next up on the list, you probably knew they were going to make the list. The Imperials pretty much wreck. One of the things that even becomes more important now with the new Magic team that we just all experienced is the Conqueror Taz. Whenever he receives a speed down, he grants that team member 3 speed up and cleanses all the speed down. Well, essentially that new Magic team, this is like a direct counter to it, these Imperials. Another one would be Starfurrow Marvin's team. But been having a lot of fun now that I've been able to get King Bugs closer to where I had the other 3 tunes on this team. I've been having a lot of fun just hitting people with a big old catapult from King Daffy. And they're able to do a lot. I do like what they've done with Caesar Leghorn with the most recent rework on him to make him work with this team better, because up until now, this team would have looked a little different. You wouldn't have had Caesar in there. You would have had Captain Bly. You probably wouldn't have had King Bugs in there either, but I am having a lot of fun with this team as an alternate too. Usually what I was using was Royal Page, and I know a lot of people use Royal Page in that spot as a support tune. But I am having a ton of fun with the new configuration of this team. Let me know if you're running this configuration in the comments down below. Team number 3. All right, look, this is hands down one of the more fun teams that I play with. Now, if anybody is watching this video who's joined me live on Twitch, you know that I went pretty dadgum hard on this Divine team. And I think that they are an offensive powerhouse, that there's very seldom when they're just counted out of a battle. And I don't have really any alternatives to mix and match out of this particular team. They work just so well together. I mean, you're talking about the ability that everybody has a revive. And one of the things that really makes it work right here is Henry Horus. Henry Horus being revived and then dealing damage, or whenever a divine tune is revived, he's dealing damage across the board. It's, pretty strong. That on top of the fact that you've got such speed with Hermes. I like that Hermes revive gives turn meter 100%. The fact that you can kick all of that off with Anubis if you want to, and you can kill one of your own teammates pretty early on, bring him back almost instantly. You're doing damage right away. It's pretty slick. Now, they are susceptible to damage over time because damage over time does carry over even after a revive. But I am having a ton of fun with this Divine team. All right, team number 4. The professionals. That's right. The pros, I really enjoy. Look, Sam's rework, guys, made Sam the tank that he used to be, I guess. Or maybe the tank that he never was. I mean, he's pretty dadgum strong. Fireman Bugs, I use him all over the place right now. Fireman Bugs is pretty strong. One of the things that, you know, it's not really going to be any sort of game changer or anything, but one of the things that I use him for is, in fact, if I'm going through like a new campaign and I just want to reg focus with a big ol' AoE, well, chances are Fireman Bug's going to do it for you. Now, I have found an alternative to Dr. Kill Patient here. One thing I've been doing is I've been switching him out with Hillbilly Hair. Hillbilly Hair, guys, redonkulous, okay? You got to heal every turn. On top of that, Wampum Low, his special attack, just clears everything from the opposing toon. And that, with this professional team, comes in handy. You don't have to worry about, you know, anybody getting too beefy on the other side there. Let's say somebody's got a lot of defense up. Well, this team's all about putting defense downs. Well, you can clear those defense ups with Hillbilly Hair here, and then apply all the defensive downs that you want. All right, and now we're down to the final team on this top 5 teams for June list. Is it magic? Maybe so, because they are magic and the other team is slow. That's right, the magic team. The controversial event revolving around Alchemist Frankenbeans. You know, let that be what it may, but the team itself, pretty ridiculous. Now, essentially what's happening is the other team, at very early, doesn't get to take another turn. I mean, that's the long and short of it. They're just not going to get to take another turn. After a certain amount of time, everybody on the team is putting speed downs. Everybody's reducing turn meter. In fact, live on stream earlier today, we put a battle on auto, and we let it play up against a dodge team, a Miranda Daffy that had sure dodge, and she had so much speed down. She had so much DOT that we literally could have let it run for 15, 20 minutes. We let it run for 10 minutes, and essentially she was never going to get another turn. It would have sat there indefinitely because she wouldn't have taken a turn to allow the sure dodge to fall off or the damage over time to apply. So eventually, you know, we just focused on non-turn meter reduction attacks, but pretty much everybody's got one. So as the computer was going through, it was just hitting it off. And I think at one time it got up to something like 87 speed downs and 137 damage over time, something like that. So I'm having a lot of fun with this team. If you're like me and you weren't able to get Frankenbeans quite where you wanted him, an alternative and a really good one is Merlin Sam. What I'm finding right now with Alchemist Frankenbeans not quite being on par as far as what level I have him at versus the rest of the Magic team is that Merlin Sam here essentially does just fine in that spot, and sometimes, depending on the case, may even do better, because where Frankenbeans is, where I have him right now, he's fast enough to get his turns off, but by the time that that's happening, the rest of the team's put so much slow that the team never takes a turn for more slow to apply from really what Frankenbeans is doing. And they're not attacking you, so the heal is really here nor there. Really good rework on this toon. This toon right here was all but irrelevant. And the most recent rework I'm sure with the idea that the Magic team was coming out, made Merlin Sam relevant. And this is a really, really fun team if you want to just take the ability of your opponent completely away to take turns. Now, again, there are counters. I think it is a bonkers team, but there are counters to pretty much every team that I've showed you today. Like I said, you can use Conqueror Taz, Starfurrow Marvin, just to mention a couple. But those are my top 5 teams for June. The teams I've had the most fun with so far in June. I would love to know what your top 5 would be. Let me know in the comments below, or join me for a live stream, 1 p.m. Central, every weekday. Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks on Twitch. And until next time, guys, remember, stay loony, and we're going to catch you down the road.